All right, so it's funny, all this stuff coming out about Obama and these apparent documents showing that Obama was involved in this Spygate. Well, it's times like these that the past is dug up, and it's funny to watch people defend Obama saying he had a scandal-free administration, and there's that time where Obama himself said he had a scandal-free administration. It's always just fascinating to me how self-deluded, divorced from reality, or downright dishonest these people are, and dishonest in a blatant way. It isn't even arguable or up for debate, except for one tiny thing. I think, for the most part, Obama really did have a scandal-free administration, because a scandal to me is Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky. But Obama's administration was chock full of terrible incidences that far surpassed the level that the Monica Lewinsky scandal reached. So Obama and his fans want to say he had no scandals. Fine. I can kind of agree with that, because he was far, far worse than just having some scandals. I mean, there was the time that the IRS, during his administration, targeted Tea Party applications for extra scrutiny, essentially politicizing the IRS and choosing who to pick on based on political allegiances, especially considering that the IRS targeted groups that use the words liberty or freedom or U.S. Constitution in their applications. Of course, the IRS doesn't want to treat any group well that has anything to do with those things. Now, that's a problem if I've ever seen one, and quite a serious one. I mean, the IRS should be dissolved, but if it's going to be around, it had best not be a politically motivated organization. That obviously has terrifying implications, and that happened during Obama's administration. So there is at least that one significant incident, if you want to call it that. Or how about, and this is actually a funny one that people often forget, I think, Obama was speaking at Ohio State University, their commencement ceremony. This speech happened on May 5th, 2013, and during his speech he had taken some time to write off those crazy people that constantly warn about and worry over an overreaching tyrannical government that always seems to be right around the corner. Basically, he was calling people who don't trust government a bunch of baseless conspiracy theorists that should not be taken seriously. And it was only about 2 weeks later, around May 20th or so, that the whole Edward Snowden thing happened, and it was revealed that the NSA was spying on everyone, going ahead with warrantless wiretaps, reading everything, listening to everything, and basically wiping its rear end with the Fourth Amendment. That authoritarian government that Obama laughed off during 1 week, well, it was a couple weeks later, it came right around that corner, and it was in blatant sight for everyone to see. If I had been in Obama's position, I would have been worried about how I will ever show my face in public again after that. He apparently didn't mind, which says quite a lot about his self-delusion. If I were president and I made a speech telling people not to worry about an overreaching government, and then 2 weeks later the nation finds out about an astronomical overreach by government, I'd pack it in right there. I'd be humiliated, but he didn't mind, as I said. But other than that, obviously Operation Fast and Furious, through which guns were sold so they could be tracked, and those guns ended up being used to kill people. Then when an investigation was setting forth, Obama used executive privilege to keep documents from going to Congress. Again, scandal-free? Maybe, because being responsible for the deaths of innocent people is a bit worse than a scandal in my book. Now, what other, quote, scandals were there? Well, not for nothing, during his administration, we dropped roughly 20 to 30,000 bombs a year around the world, and now obviously that's not a scandal, that's just foreign policy. Well, I guess it's just semantics, but whatever you want to call it, I would say that the destruction and, well, let's just call it for what it is, murder of untold numbers of innocent people, you're right, that's not a scandal. Those are horrifying acts of an insane human being. But what else we got? This one actually might be in the realm of a scandal, in which he constantly and consistently repeated over and over that everyone can keep their doctor and keep their health insurance with the Affordable Care Act. Now, obviously, that turned out to not be true, and I remember reading parts of the Affordable Care Act, and I don't know what motivated me to do that, just curiosity, I guess, but there were all these stipulations on insurance plans, these criteria they had to meet, and I remember thinking, how is it not obvious that this will turn many insurance plans into illegal plans that don't meet federal standards? It seemed obvious to me, but the guy who it's unofficially named after didn't realize this. Did he know a damn thing about it when he was delivering speeches on it? And not for nothing, this threw people's lives into utter chaos. It was terrifying for people. So I don't know, maybe that one is a bit scandalous, but I'd still put that as worse than a scandal. But anyway, the whole point is that this is just fascinating to me, both in a political sense and a psychological sense. I mean, these people, Obama and the people that look at him through rose-tinted glasses, they're so far gone, they've seemingly departed from reality. It's honestly difficult to comprehend. But that's it for now. Please like, subscribe, don't kill innocent people like Obama did, and take it easy.